name is Mallory Farrell, and this is part 2 of my lesson plan, sections 4 through 6. Activities. Introduction. When students enter the classroom, they will work on the Bellwork assignment. Students will brainstorm anything that they know about mammals, birds, and fish for 5 minutes. Then we will popcorn out some ideas that I will write on an anchor chart in the corresponding heading. Before it is written on the chart, we will discuss if the answer is correct. If correct, it will be written. If incorrect, we will see if it can fit into another heading or if other students can be asked for help. After we have filled in a few thoughts, I will introduce our topic on the structures and characteristics of mammals, birds, and fish. Modeling. Students and I will take notes and discuss characteristics and structures of each category through a PowerPoint presentation. We will also discuss why certain characteristics are only applicable to one category, and we will discuss the characteristics that they share. There will be check yourself questions throughout the PowerPoint for students to reflect on their learning and think, pair, share with a partner. Students will also be allowed to ask questions or share their experiences with animals. I will also provide examples of animals for each heading, and we will watch corresponding videos over the examples for each animal to further the learning. This should take around 20 minutes. Sorry about that. Guided practice. While we are getting into our partner pairs, I will be asking review questions to continue to help students to reflect on their learning. While they are with a partner, students will have a deck of animal cards and a chart with the headings mammals, birds, and fish. I will model that students will take turns drawing one card at a time. They will then place that animal in the correct category and then discuss with their partner why they believe the animal fits into the category. Then they will discuss if they agree or disagree. While students are working on the graphic organizer, I will be walking around with a rubric evaluating their social skills, discussion skills, correctness of learning, and I will also be using proximity to make sure that students are using accountable talk. We will spend 20 to 30 minutes on this. Independent practice. As students transition into their independent work, I will have the directions for the writing assignment on the board. Once in their seats, we will discuss appropriate, reliable resources using videos and apps to find information. I will then pass out another graphic organizer as well as a rubric that shows students exactly what I am looking for in their scientific reports. Students will each choose an animal that they would like to write their report on. They will then be able to work where they feel comfortable and research using books, the internet, videos, and apps to find information on the structure, habitat, characteristics, physical traits, and behavior of their animal. I will still be walking around during this time and meeting with students individually to check their progress and answer any questions. Before we dismiss, students will come back together in a whole group setting. We will review the content by using clickers to answer exit ticket questions. We will also have time to clear up any misconceptions, popcorn out what they have learned, and have time for more questions. Why have you chosen these activities? I have chosen these activities because students will be able to show their understanding and comprehension of the objectives by completing the activities. Through the introduction, modeling, and guided practice, students are working on comprehension skills through prompting and discussion. They will also help me check for understanding throughout the lesson. Also, while in guided practice, students will be working on partner work, social skills. During independent practice, students will practice being in charge of their own learning while also gaining understanding on research strategies. Section 5, Materials and Resources. What instructional materials will you use, if any? Teacher resources: chart paper, marker, whiteboard, PowerPoint, computer, projector, smartboard, videos, graphic organizer, animal category, animal picture cards, timer, graphic organizer, science sources, books, websites, apps, iPad, clickers, quiz, and rubric. Student materials: graphic organizer, animal category, animal picture cards, paper, pencil, graphic organizer, science report sources, books, websites, magazine articles, apps, clickers answer card, and rubric. Why have you chosen these materials? The chart paper, marker, whiteboard, PowerPoint presentation, computer projector, and videos will be used to document and lead the discussion over the different defining characteristics and structures of mammals, birds, and fish. The graphic organizers will be used to explain to students how to do the activities. The animal picture cards, books, websites, apps, and iPad will be used as resources during the assignments. The rubric will be an example for students to know exactly what I'm looking for the science report. And the Plickers quiz will be used as an exit ticket assessment to help me easily tell if students understood the content. The graphic organizer will be used to help students understand the content and practice their knowledge of the characteristics and using resources to write reports with multiple sources. The picture cards, books, websites, magazine articles, and apps will allow students to have a variety of sources to locate appropriate information for their science reports and for sorting the animals based off of their characteristics. The rubric will be used for students to know the requirements for each grade on their science report. The Plickers card will be used during the exit ticket for students to submit their answers discreetly. And lastly, the pencil and paper will be used to write down notes about the science report. Section 6, Evaluation. How and when do you plan to evaluate student learning on the content of this lesson? Assessment 1. Students will sort animals, the animal cards, into 3 categories: mammals, birds, or fish, and a graphic organizer based upon characteristics such as structure, habitat, food preference, and others. And that's going to be a formative assessment. Assessment 2. Students will read a variety of books about a certain animal of their choice. They will sort the animal into the correct category and then write a report that includes supporting facts from books about their animal. This is going to be a summative assessment because it combines both the literacy and life science standards. And I just think that it's also great to let students work and practice their writing skills, especially writing science reports. Assessment 3. Students will use Plickers to complete an exit ticket from the day's learning. That's going to be a formative assessment. Why have I chosen this approach? I chose to use a graphic organizer as a way of formative assessment because I can easily gauge student understanding based upon the answers. By working with a partner, students are able to work on their social and discussion skills. For my summative assessment, students will write a science report using different sources for information. This will allow me to see their understanding of sorting animals into the correct category and their understanding of appropriate information sources and report writing skills. In my lesson plan, I've chosen to widen the sources that students can use, from books to having magazine articles or websites, even using videos to help gather their information. And this is because I just want students to become aware of all the different types of sources that we do have out there. And this lesson with the sources would come after we have explored each of the sources in class on their own, so students know what they are. And lastly, the exit ticket will be used as another formative assessment. This will allow me to easily see the level of mastery my students are in after the lesson.